Hey y'all, welcome to Paige's Perspective, where I help you find your inner strength to cope with life. Today I want to remind you to F some ish up in the best way possible, to do something that makes you feel alive again. Turn some music up, dance like no one is watching, give yourself permission to release. Do you ever find yourself thinking constantly that you forget what you're actually doing? Like you feel like you're on autopilot and maybe you're driving around and you're wondering, how the hell did you get to where you are because you don't even remember where you drove? This typically happens when we are constantly thinking. We think about the past. We think about the future. We think of all different scenarios and how we may handle things differently. We may randomly think of a time from third grade where we were super mean to someone and wish they would, that we could take it back. Or we think, damn, what if they're thinking about that situation right now? Odds are they've forgotten about it and there's literally nothing you can do to change what happened. See, this is how my brain works. I will analyze and overthink really random things. We also do this with future situations. How many of you are thinking about some event you have to attend and you're putting together so many different scenarios of how it can go? This is where letting go is actually helpful. All we have is now. All we have is today. We are missing what is right in front of us when we play with a million different scenarios in our minds. This week, I sat down at my drum set that my husband got me for Christmas last year. I have not been on it very often, and I decided to get on there today. Well, this week. I have no idea what I'm doing when I'm on there, but I literally just turned on the music and I started hitting the drums. I felt alive. And after a few moments, my brain just shut up. My body took over. I felt present. I felt awake. I felt alive. And it reminded me of something that I don't feel like I talk about enough. Sure, I've had episodes on this and it's been discussed in our program, but it's one of the most important lessons I've ever learned. Being present. Being present is one of the most underrated tools in healing. We think healing is all, thinking and processing and analyzing. We think if we can just understand every angle, every possibility, every threat, every scenario, we'll somehow be prepared. We'll be safe. We'll be in control. Yes, analyzing is important sometimes. Sometimes it's fun and it's part of the process, but learning and practicing present moment awareness was more powerful for me than analyzing. Presence is what pulls you out of rumination. It helps your body breathe again. It reconnects you to reality, to yourself, to something bigger than you, to a sense of peace that is available in the exact moment you stop trying to manage everything. It's like we fear being present because in our minds, that means we aren't doing anything. But is that true? I'm not saying to meditate all day, guys. I'm saying that whatever task you're doing, stay present in that task. Your kids are talking to you. Put your phone down. Listen. Your spouse is talking to you. Listen. Doing the dishes. Pay attention to the warm water, the smells around you, your surroundings. Look at the sink, the towels, the water, the soap. Stay in that moment. I remember asking someone close to me one time if they ever brushed their teeth and just thought about brushing their teeth. She was like, no. So I challenged her to try it. Not sure if she did, but I do know how challenging it is. And I understand some of you may be listening to this and thinking, well, that's just stupid. How's brushing my teeth and not thinking going to help me? Just try it, okay? But you have to continue practicing in other areas as well. Like when I'm driving, I try to pay attention to the trees, the leaves, the road. That's all I need to be doing right then in that moment. I remember being a little girl, standing outside looking around at the world. I would get this warm wave in my body. My shoulders would drop. My breath would slow down. I felt connected and protected even when I was alone. It's really a feeling that I cannot explain with words, but I know that everyone is capable of finding this feeling. That feeling never goes away. It's always available to us. But most of us forget how to access it because being present is uncomfortable. It makes you feel like you're out of control. When you've lived in survival mode, being present feels risky. It feels unfamiliar. Our minds don't like that quiet, so they tend to create the noise. They spin stories. They run through every outcome as a way of giving us a false sense of control. But the thing is that chasing answers does not create the peace. So many of us chase answers, clarity, signs, but none of that guarantees peace. Being here right now with what is actually happening, that is what calms the nervous system. And becoming present is a skill. You train it. You practice it. You return to it over and over. Again, I'm not saying to do this all day long. Like, don't meditate all day. It doesn't work. That is not necessarily possible with our lives. But there are some ways to get there by being intentional. Even something as simple as softening your face when you notice you're overthinking. Most of us do not realize how much tension we hold until we consciously release it. And that release pulls you back into your body. It pulls you into the moment. It makes you breathe and forget about your issues in that moment. That's presence. Doing puzzles, learning something new, like an instrument or language, listening to music, dancing, intense workouts where you just have to focus on what you're doing, getting lost in a book, stepping outside into nature, meditation, paying attention when you're cooking, when you're working, doing the effing laundry, brushing your teeth, listening to someone talk. How many times do you listen to someone talk and all you're thinking of is a response? Just listen, stay present, and the words will come to you when they're done speaking. We tend to let our minds wander because we have so much on our plates and we want to prepare, but you won't forget. If you do, so what? Cross that bridge when you get there. So let's go back to the drums for a second. This is what it did for me. Playing them snapped me back to myself. They interrupted that spiral. They reminded me that feeling alive doesn't have to be some big life-changing event. It's found in moments of presence. It's in letting yourself be here, not in the past, not in the future, just here in this moment. And I find that I'm able to make more thoughtful decisions when I've allowed myself to be present throughout the day or during some tasks. It's kind of wild how that happens. When we let go is when clarity actually comes. So this is your reminder today to F some ish up in the best way possible. Turn your music up. Do something that wakes up a part of you that has been quiet. Do something that brings you back into your body. It doesn't have to look polished or perfect. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be productive. Shit, you just sit on your patio and listen to what's around you. Don't think about your to-do list. Sit in that moment of gratitude. Be bored. It just has to make you feel alive. Yes, I said being bored can make you feel alive. Because when you learn how to be present, you stop living inside your mind. You stop chasing control. You stop building your identity around fear. You start building it around truth, around what's real, around what is right in front of you. So, again, go F some ish up today. Go be alive. I promise that is healing too. That's all I have for this week. Until next time, I'm Paige. Bye.